The two things still connected to the Yamim Noraim, which were just passed. During the month of Elul, Rosh Hashanah, Aseret Yemei Tshuva, Yom Kippur, we all feel, hopefully, inspired. We try to change, do tshuva, and many times, 2 days after Yom Kippur, downhill, and we find ourselves exactly where we were before, or chas v'sholom, even worse. So I want to tell you an unbelievable maaseh. There's a Hasidic boy, his name is Chesky Tuenheim, 14-year-old boy, he's a Sadigur Chasid, and a couple months ago he went to Tel HaShomer Hospital to visit the wounded soldiers. This Chesky, 14-year-old, his size is about yay high, not too much, I'm not exaggerating, sitting on a very sophisticated wheelchair, connected to a million different things. He goes to the soldiers, many of them top officers, and he says to them, you know, I was born with 50 fractures in my ribs. 50. If I would have listened to the doctors, wouldn't be here today. Not shayach to continue to live with 50 fractures in one's ribs. And if the doctor said, if you will somehow live, your life will be a worn, long maseches of misery and pain. And Chesky told him, I'm here today, giving you divrei chizuk. You know what happened to me? When I decided not to listen to the doctors, I decided every person who was born into this world has a tafkid. That's the reason we are here. I knew, Chazal tell us that we all have different tafkidim. But I said to myself, it must be that my tafkid is very special, unique than all other people because I was created in a very unique way. It must be that my tafkid is very different and very important, and I must make sure to fulfill my potential. So I just have to look and try to find what is that tafkid that for its purpose I was born. And my mission in life was not to look to the right and not to look to the left and not to look at others and to be jealous of what they have and what I don't have. Because I was born differently, different than anyone else. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants something special for me. In other words, HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't create me in this way. Just so happened. It's a mistake, things happen. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted me to do things that others cannot do. And this Chesky continues speaking to the soldiers, and they're just amazed. And he tells them, and many of them don't have a leg, and don't have, they amputated their arm. And he tells the soldiers, you can also adopt this type of attitude to life. And you can go very, very far by dealing with this new condition, this new situation that you're in, which is not your fault. But this is now your new tafkid. And I have no doubt, he says to them, that if you will make sure just to look straight, what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from me, and not to look to the right, to the left, what don't I have? Certain things that others do, you will be very happy. And these soldiers, some of them really top officers in elite units, very tough guys, all crying, all shedding tears. They were encouraged by it. But why? What is it in what Chesky says to these soldiers that really opened up their heart? It could be that that's what really we are missing when we do tshuva. We keep looking at others and we compare. We compare their tafkidim, we compare their accomplishments, we compare what their skills or abilities, things that maybe we think that we don't have. And we prioritize and try to give, unfortunately, too much weight to the sins that we were involved in the past year, instead of prioritizing and focusing on that which HaKadosh Baruch Hu really expects of us, is just to try and sanctify His name in this world by fulfilling our specific role. And as soon as a person decides, nobody's waiting for him, nobody's trying to compare, it's just me and Ribono Shel Olam. The path for a continuous tshuva, not a tshuva of 40 days, Rosh Chodesh Elul till Yom Kippur, and then all down. Then the path should be a little easier. We get confused very quickly because the our role, the path that we have to take, is not clear to us. Nobody came with a manual and told us, this is what you have to do. It's individual. So instead of going in our path, we compare it to other people's paths. And then we see that we're not as good, not as strong, not as successful as potentially they are, until Yetzer Hara comes and tries to convince us that tshuva is not shayach to us bichlal. But if we will focus in our role in this world, a person will be able to convince himself, yes, I may have done one or two things wrong. Maybe more than one or two. And I got to do tshuva. But the target is always in front of him, what he has to do. It could be that ignoring our personal role is one of the biggest obstacles in tshuva. So in this new year, again, we were all inspired, first 10 days of the year. But the trick is not to allow it to all fall down and wait until next Elul. Emet Hashem, one clear path, moving up, closer to Ribono Shel Olam on a regular basis. And that is job number one. Last week when we came to Simchas Torah, we came to the shul. Last Simchas Torah, last week, was a day that I think many people would have preferred to stay in bed. Roll into the blanket and not to think about anything that happened the previous Simchas Torah. I think a lot of people will prefer not to come to shul, not even to think about anything, just to run away from reality. And when I came to shul and I saw so many people coming in, pouring into the shul to be connected to Kodesh Baruch Hu, it gave me a lot of chizuk, a lot of encouragement. And for some reason, the words from Tehillim Perek Chaf, Va'anachnu kamnu v'nisoidet, kept reappearing in front of my eyes. Va'anachnu kamnu v'nisoidet. We rise, we rally, and we gain strength. Va'anachnu kamnu v'nisoidet. They come with their arms, and we come with Hashem, Ribono Shel Olam. And I don't know why, but these letters kept jumping into my eyes, and I started counting them, and it's 857 in Gematria. And I said to myself, okay, fine, David HaMelech, 857, how do I apply it? When do I apply? We rise and we gain strength. V'anachnu kamnu v'nisoidet. It says, oh, pashut, very pashut. The name of this war is Charavot Barzel.
What is it?
Charavot Barzel, iron swords. Bacharavos Barzel, that is 857. David HaMelech is saying, when should you apply? V'anachnu kamnu v'nisoidet. We should rise and gain strength. Bacharavot Barzel, because that's 857 as well.